Hello, welcome back to No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. My name is Ray Williams, and the show again is No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. Okay, as usual, let's do some housekeeping. Contact information below. Website, email, YouTube channel. You can watch us, Roku, YouTube, and other social media. So we are available. And what we do, and what I do, particularly as the head of the company, I provide you with educational information that will help you get out of poverty if you so desire. And as I mentioned a lot of times, I do not emphasize or promote becoming a millionaire, because I know everyone doesn't want to be a millionaire. They want a comfortable life. They want to be out of poverty. So that's where my focus is, how to get you out of poverty, at least giving you the information and the resources that will get you out of poverty. Now, if you want to be a millionaire, that's up to you. It's entirely up to you. A lot of people want to be millionaires, except they don't want to put in the work that's required to become a millionaire, even though it's easier to become a millionaire now than it was 10 or 15 years ago, because technology has advanced So it's up to you. But at this point, I focus on those people, what I call the underserved. As I mentioned in the book several times throughout different episodes, the book is Use Rules for Financial Success, How to Unlink the Poverty Chain. Now, use is the letter U plural. And what that is, because what I deal with underserved population, the basically undereducated financially, the underrepresented, so various adjectives that address use, which are generally us. And what I mean by that, black people, African Americans. And I always mention this, our net worth, our credit scores are some of the major facts that we have when it comes to money. The book of the week is The Pursuit of Happiness by Chris Garner. Again, that's The Pursuit of Happiness by Chris Garner. Now, some of you may remember the movie with Will Smith, which is a true story about Chris Garner, who African American, who became a stock trader and a millionaire. You know, because he saw someone who was driving a certain type of car, and he wanted to know how was this person driving that car. He found out what the person did. He decided, hey, that's what I want to do. He went out, he got educated. You know, he learned the business, and he got there. So that's why I always tell people, the opportunities are there. You just have to put in the effort. You have to chase your dream. You know, don't expect for your dreams to chase you. You have to chase your dreams. Okay, question for this segment. Do you know your credit scores? Do you know your FICO scores? If you do not know your FICO scores, learn what your FICO scores are. You can do that by going to annualcreditreport.com. That's annualcreditreport.com, and you can get a free copy of your credit reports, all three, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And if you want your FICO score, you can pay $29 per month, and you can cancel that membership at any time. So you want those things. It's very important. I always express, credit, good credit is an asset, because that's where you get graded. What is your credit score? No matter where you go, if you want a legitimate and a reasonable and fair interest rate, they look at your credit score. Or even to get the money, they're going to look at your credit score. And as I mentioned also, your debt ratio, which I won't go into that. I went into that the previous show. But your debt ratio. So go to our website and take advantage of the free spreadsheets that automatically will calculate your debt ratio and your net worth. So go to the website and take advantage of some of our free products. Also, take advantage of our 10 strategies for increasing credit scores. There's 10 strategies for increasing credit scores. It's up on the screen. And the reason I recommend that is because I've discovered and have known for years, too many people go out to these credit repair companies thinking they can work miracles for them. And they don't. Most of them don't. And at this point, I always mention, I will continue each show, I will talk about credit repair scams. There's a lot of them out there. You know, the big thing now is AI, how they telling you how AI can go in, they can spot this stuff and get it removed. Not true. You know, what are they spotting? And to understand how credit repair works, you have to understand the laws. According to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which you can get copies of those on our website if you want to read that, but you don't have to. It's not that difficult. But all these credit repair companies is doing is playing on people's emotions. So understand how it works. So pick up the copy. 10 strategies for increasing credit scores. Because all this stuff about removing your removing negative items and your score go up by 50 points, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot more to it. It's credit grading. Credit scores are graded based on how long have you had credit, what amounts of credit have you borrowed, how many good accounts did you have opposed to bad negative accounts. So it's a lot of things that go into it. But with this product, it explained those 10 strategies that will help you increase your credit scores. It's not overnight, but it can be done. I never tell people you can increase your credit scores in 40 to 60 days. You can, but not by 50, 60, or 100 points. If you do it, I like to know. A lot of other legitimate people in the industry would like to know, because some of us have been in this industry for over 25 years. And if they can do it, why aren't they around? I've seen companies come and go. They rush in, they do a lot of marketing, they do the money grab, and they shut down. I saw one the other day, and this guy offers a 110% money back guarantee. So what good is a 110% money back guarantee if you can't get your money back? So they can offer you 110%, but do that mean they will give it back? Do you have to chase them down? Will they even be in business a year from now once they sign up so many clients? So understand these things. It's not a quick fix. But if you want to get your credit in order, get your education. It's not difficult. Okay, again, my name is Ray Williams. The show is No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. And please watch the video. Get your education. Become financially literate. Share the video with your friends and family. Let them become, or encourage them to become financially literate. Because if, as a group, once you become financially literate, you have more power. You can go in as a group and borrow more money as a group. So there are different things you can use that power for. Okay, I won't go into the facts. I mentioned financial facts, but for those of you who didn't see the last segment. But I do want to go into it because this is important. This, the most important one to me at least, is whites that earn $25,000 per year have higher credit scores than blacks that earn between $65,000 and $75,000. Why? Bad management, overextending themselves. So if someone can have a credit score and they only make $25,000 and you're making $65,000, you should have equal to or greater credit scores than they do. But you can't do it if you're overextended. So I won't go too much into that, but I just like to point that out because you need to think about that. Why is it I'm making X amount of dollars and this person's credit score is better than mine and they make less than half of what I make? It's all about managing your debt and managing your money. Now, this is a good show. All the shows are good, but this one, I call it a good show because of this segment, this episode, beating the banks at their own game. Now, a lot of people always think the bank take advantage of people. Yes, the bank take advantage of people who are not financially literate. But you can beat the bank at their own game. And the way you do that is with knowledge. Give you an example. If you go in to buy a automobile, I'm using automobile because, we as blacks, we can get lots of auto loans, no matter of our credit, because they have programs out there. If you have bad credit, they can get you a new car. So you pay a price for it, for its interest. And the reason I call it beating the banks at their own game, so if they get someone who come in, they have a low credit score. So let's just pull a number off the top of my head. Let's just say they get you a loan at, let's say the going loan rate for good credit is just say 5%. But your credit is not so good. So they'll get you financed, but they may get you financed at 11 or 12%. So what do? You need a car or you want the car. You beat the banks at their own game. First of all, you go in with the mindset. Okay, I'll take let's say 12% loan, but my plan is to pay the principal down on that loan and pay that loan off as quick as possible. So let's say, for example, your payments are $400 per month, and and you're managing your money, that you will be paying $100 extra per month. So you're paying $5. So each time you pay that extra $100, that reduces your principal, which saves you money in interest. So the bank mindset is, hey, we have this loan for, let's say, 5 years at 12%. But your plan is, no, I have this loan at 3 years or 2.5 years. So, I'll keep paying on it, but I'm paying the principal down as quick as possible. Therefore, you, Mr. Bank, don't make as much money as you thought you would off of me. Now, a little strategy. If you had credit problems when you went in and purchased that automobile, and assuming that you have paid on that automobile or even paid ahead on it, because you always pay, you got a month ahead, 2 months ahead, but you made your payments on time. And let's assume that during that time you have improved your credit and your credit scores have went up. So what do? You beat the bank at their own games. You go in and you refinance that automobile, maybe with a different lender, or with the same lender. Depends on some things, the rates, etc. But the whole thing is, now you refinance it. What happens now? You have better credit, so you will get a better interest rate. Now, it won't be the same rate as a new interest rate on a new car, but it'll be less than what you're paying at 12%. Now, that does two things if you think about it. Let's say you go in and you bought your car through X bank, and you've had the car for 2 years, and now you refinance it with X other bank. Now, what happened? Your new bank paid off your old loan. So on paper, you look good because it shows that you paid that loan off early, even though it just switched the money over to the other bank. But it counts the same. You paid that loan off early. So now the original bank had the plan, they was assuming they would have their loan for 5 years. But you went in, you paid on time, you got your credit scores up, and you went and refinanced the car and paid it off. So now, from the credit perspective, you paid that loan off early. Looks good on your credit. So these are things you need to learn when it comes to finance. And I've seen it over the years. People buy a car, they pay on that car for 5 years as scheduled. I always tell people, no, the purpose of a 5-year loan, 7 or whatever they are now, is to make the loan affordable. It's not meant for you to pay on that loan for 5 to 7 years. You, as the consumer, your job is to pay it off as early as possible, so you save yourself money when it comes to how much interest you pay on that loan. And we do have spreadsheets where we can show you how much you'll pay in interest if you add $50 or $100 per month on paying that loan, the principal amount down. But unfortunately, as I said, some people have the mindset, they borrowed for 5 years, they have to keep that loan for 5 years. No. The terms are there to make the loan affordable, even with your house. If you go out and get a house, you're not supposed to pay on that loan for 30 years. The terms is to make it affordable. So same thing with your house. So let's say you bought your house, you paid X amount of dollars down, you've been in that, let's just say maybe 10 years, 15 years. Let's say the house has appreciated, and let's say you paid the principal down. Let's say you originally bought the house for $300,000. You put, let's say you financed $300,000. And so let's say you owe, after say 10 years, most of it's going towards interest. But let's just say after 10 years, you owe 380. What did I say the number was? Well, say 300,000. So let's say you owe 280,000 after 5 years. So what do? You go in, it appreciated. Remember, assuming it appreciated over that time. So let's just say you bought it. It was appraised at 300,000. You paid the appraised value. But let's just say it appreciated to 350,000. So now you're 50,000 ahead of the game. So again, the bank is expecting you to pay on that loan for X amount of years. What do? The same thing. You go in and refinance it. Assuming again you can get a better interest rate, and now you have a lower amount that you're financing. So you beat the bank because now you're paying the bank less in interest. Same thing. Always add whenever possible. You don't have to do it every month, but whenever possible, kick in an extra $100, $200 towards paying your principal down. And the reason that works is because each time whenever they calculate your interest rate for the next payment, it's based on your balance, principal balance. So, for example, if you owe $380,000 and you pay the loan down to you made one payment, and now you owe 300. Let's say I'm trying to get my numbers here in my head. So let's say you owe $300,775. But just say you pay the principal down by $3,000. So instead of them charging you interest on, say, $300,700, and say you owe $300,500, so now you pay interest on the lower amount. So, but basically, learn how to beat the bank at their own game by paying your loans off early, adding the additional money towards your principal each month. Focus on paying your loans down and beating the banks. It works. And when you run you do a calculation, you can see how much, or get an estimate on how much you will save when you do these things. If you take out a 30-year loan and you pay it off by adding additional payments every month or occasionally even, but just say you pay it off in 20 years, you've saved 10 years of interest, which comes out to thousands of dollars that the bank was in a way counting on. And then if you want to beat that particular bank, you do the same thing. You pay the loan down and you refinance it. Again, we're looking at credit. You're making basically two transactions. You are paying your loan down, number one, and when you refinance it, you're improving your credit because you just paid off that $300,000 loan, and let's say you refinance after 5 years. So technically, you paid that loan off in 5 years, even though, as I mentioned with the car, you just switched the money. But it's the same. You get credit for it. Refinance your home, pay off the old loan, start a new loan. Now, assuming same thing, you pay on this loan on time. Now you have started to increase your credit scores by using this process. And the banks, know this. But banks don't tell you certain things because they're in the business of making money. So if I'm in the business of making money, I'm not going to tell you how to make me less money. That's not my job. My job is to loan you money and to make the bank money. Your job as the consumer is to get the knowledge, to find out how to beat me. So we have a game. Can you beat me or can I beat you? And unfortunately, usually the bank wins. And the bank only wins, because of lack of financial literacy. Again, the show is No More RIP, No More Residing in Poverty. My name is Ray Williams. Remember, take advantage of the digital guide, 10 strategies for improving credit scores. It's up on the screen. You get that guide. It's a short read, but it's very full of powerful information that you can use to increase your credit scores. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. And remember, share the video.